first is batting in the 9-hole, making his home debut in a Bullfrogs uniform, and yes, that's coming on the last day of the season. Starting pitcher tonight, Garrett Gooden for the Green Bay Bullfrogs. Gooden on the season for the Frogs has struggled a bit at times. Coming into the game has an ERA that sits above 7 and an 0-2 record. Has dealt in some solid innings here and there, and you can expect him to try to get a good start tonight and end his year off on the right note. Garrett Gooden out of Georgia Tech University, and he will be on the mound tonight for the Bullfrogs. When we come back after the break from the national anthem, I'll play you a pregame interview with Coach Chris Sabo, 3 times All-Star, National League Rookie of the Year back in 1988, legendary Reds players in the Reds Hall of Fame. I was able to meet up with him for what would be the 3rd or 4th time this season to close out the year, ask what he thought about the season, who he was impressed with this season, and so on and so forth. We're going to step aside for a quick break as there's no national anthem for the first game, and we come back, Northwoods League Baseball. Stay tuned.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site, whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines. They'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Hello and welcome to Joe Annie Stadium here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, and you are listening to the WOCO Sports Stream 107.1 FM and on the Northwoods League web pass. Bullfrogs set to host the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders for a twin bill. 2 7-inning games tonight. First pitch here at 3:05. Second game will take 20 minutes after the first one comes to a close. Leading things off for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders will be left-handed hitter out of Western Carolina, Andrew Bullock. Garrett Gooden, right-handed pitcher out of Georgia Tech, out on the bump. Rocks back, kicks the leg, and we are underway. Fastball swung on and missed, 0-1. Last night, the Bullfrogs would be bested by this Fond du Lac Dock Spider team, losing 5-3. Dock Spiders take a 4-2 series advantage over the Bullfrogs after last night's win. The 1-0 pitch, or rather 0-1 pitch, comes in. It's wide, 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Swung on, a well-hit ball into right field. It's shallow right field as well. Tracking back Ben Hart, it's off of his glove, and it's a base hit for Andrew Bullock. Just a blooper in no man's land. A tough play for Ben Hart at second, tracking back into the outfield grass, leaning over his head. Ball makes contact with his glove, but he closes and gets nothing but air as the ball ricochets off of his glove and falls into the outfield grass. And that's the first hit of the game. Andrew Bullock leads it off with a single, and Thomas Lovano, the shortstop, digs in. Lovano last night would lead things off for the Dock Spiders, going 2 for 3 with 2 walks and a run scored. Garrett Gooden out on the mound, checks Bullock at first and deals. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Change up there from Garrett Gooden. Reaches just 76 miles per hour. His fastball can reach anywhere up to 90 at times, but he's a guy that can go anywhere from the low 80s to the 90s. It's just a matter of not how confident he gets up there. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and fouled straight back, 0-2. Garrett Gooden spent this last season at Georgia Tech, where he would get limited playing time as a freshman, just 7 appearances. would allow 11 earned runs in 4 1/3 inning of work. Righty out there on the mound, checks the runner at first. Comes set. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, that one fouled off. Straight back to the backstop netting. An absolute gorgeous day for the Twin Bill today to close out the Northwoods League season. Last game of the year. Bullfrogs looking to close things off on the right foot, currently on a 4-game losing streak. The 0-2 to Lovano. Runs inside for a ball, a 1-2. Andrew Bullock stands over at first for the Cockspiders. Last night would go hitless. Leads off this game with a hit, however. Garrett Gooding gives him a glance. Now stares down Lovano at the plate and deals in the 1-2. Swinging and a miss, but it gets past the catcher, Bauer. Or actually, they're going to call him. They're going to call him out as there was a runner at first. The pass ball moves the runner over to second, so it's a strikeout from Thomas Lovano. And it's an advancement of a base from Andrew Bullock. That was a bit confusing for a moment. Pass ball gets past him, moves Bullock over to second. And so Lovano can't advance to first off of the drop strike 3. And there's one away. Luke Mangieri digs in now for the Cockspiders. First baseman, tall, stocky frame. Mangieri out of Bradley University, where he just finished up his sophomore year, where he would bat .300 and be named a Missouri Valley Conference designated hitter. Honorable mention. Left-handed hitter stands in 6'4". Cockspiders in their all grays and the Bullfrogs in their away uniforms tonight. First one to Mangieri, swung on, line drive to short. Riley Smith there to make the grab. Andrew Bullock at second notices right away that that one's going to be an out and jogs back to the second base bag. 2 away. That brings up Brandon Wolf, the designated hitter. Brandon Wolf out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Just finished up his freshman year at Stanford. First one to him. Fastball and runs in the dirt, 1-0. Or rather his sophomore year at Stanford. My apologies. This past season would bat .231, 23 RBIs and 6 home runs, and some solid playing time. Gooden checks the runner at second, and the 1-0. High and tight, and that one actually clips off of the inside Evo shield of Brandon Wolf. So a hit by pitch now puts runners at first and second. No harm done to Bullock, stands in there. You can just, or rather my apologies, no harm done from Brandon Wolf. You can hear it just clip the inside elbow of that Evo shield. No harm done to him, but harm done to the Bullfrogs as there's 2 runners on here in the first. Nick Fortes, the second baseman, digs in. Garrett Gooden comes set and deals. Fastball and runs inside for a ball, a 1-0. Nick Fortes out of University of Mississippi, where he just finished up his sophomore year. Gooden checks the runner at second, and the 1-0. Swung on, a well-hit ball, foul, left side. That one travels over the grandstand seating, the club seating, and the bouncy house that sits over there on the left side of the stadium here at Joe Annie's. And Garrett Gooden comes set, a 1-1 count to Fortes. Scattered crowd here for the first game of the doubleheader. Second game should be a bit more crowded. The 1-1. Swung on, line drive to left field, a base hit. Andrew Bullock rounding third. He's going to come around and score. That one all the way to the wall, and they're going to hold up the runner that was at first at third and make it a stand-up RBI double for Nick Fortes, and the Cockspiders pick up right where they've left off. They take a 1-0 lead here in the first frame as Fortes gets a hold of a breaking ball and sends it down the left field line all the way into the corner. No shot for left fielder Ben Challey to try to even get to it. Chases it all the way to the wall. Caleb Summerhays digs in. He swings at the first one. A fly ball deep to left. That one is gone. A 3-run shot, and the Dock Spiders take a 4-0 lead. A no-doubter from Caleb Summerhays. Left fielder coming into the game for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders has had his ups and downs this season. Batting just .234 coming into the contest. That home run, his 5th of the year. And just like that, the Dock Spiders take a 4-0 lead in the first inning. That'll bring up Eric Gilgenbach, who last night managed a home run against this Bullfrogs team. Having a solid outing, Gilgenbach would go 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk. Swings at the first one and misses. The 0-1 swung on, line drive, middle of the field, of another base hit. 4th of the game for the Dock Spiders, and they have opened this game up early. Unfortunately for the Bullfrogs, not much they can do about it. A couple of singles that get into spots where Bullfrogs defense can't even manage to get to. And then a home run scores 3 more.
Catcher number 12, A.J. Lewis.
Not a great start for Garrett Gooding, who has struggled on the mound this season for the Bullfrogs. Gooding coming into the game for the Bullfrogs, supporting a 7.13 ERA, an 0-2 record. And the strikeout to walk ratio has struggled this year as well. First one into the new batter, A.J. Lewis, is high and tight, 1-0. 11 strikeouts to 24 walks this year. Gooden deals in the 1-0. Fastball that runs inside. 2-0 count, he falls behind. Gooden checks the runner at first. Comes set, kicks the leg, the 2-0. Swing and a miss. A.J. Lewis, the utility man for the Dock Spiders, the guy's done it all. We've seen him play center field, I've seen him play third base, and tonight he's the catcher for the Dock Spiders. One of the few true utility men in the Northwoods League. 2-1. Swung on, fouled away right side. 2-2. As mentioned, a scattered crowd here for this first game. There's 2 7-inning games today. And if you show up to this first game expecting a big crowd, I'm sure you're a bit disappointed if you're in the stands, but if you just wait around a couple of hours, it's going to fill up here. We saw it happen on Friday night. 2-2, breaking ball, swung on. That's a fly ball deep to left. Tracking back, Challey staring up into the sky. That ball is gone. A 2-run shot. And the Dock Spiders have taken a 6-0 lead. 2 home runs in the first inning. Dock Spiders. They've been eliminated from the playoffs, but they can make it interesting. If they do sweep the Bullfrogs here, they will be tied for 4th place with 3 other teams in the Northwoods League. And the top 4 teams make the playoffs. Unfortunately, the Dock Spiders tiebreaker with those other teams do not go in their favor. They lose all the tiebreakers, so there's no way for them to make the playoffs. But talk about a moral victory. The way that the second half of the season has gone for the Dock Spiders, a 20-14 record. I'm sure they would like to end the year on a 6-game winning streak. Not a great start for the Bullfrogs, though. A 7-inning game, and they trail 6-0 in the top of the first still. Eric Feliz digs in. He swings at the first one. A fly ball right side, 0-1. Chris Marston's the pitching coach for the Bullfrogs, had gone out to the mound to have a word with Garrett Gooding between the batters there. And you hate to see this for Gooding. In his last appearance in a Bullfrogs uniform here at Joe Annie Stadium. Gives up 6 runs in his first inning of work. The 0-1 comes in. It's low for a ball, a 1-1. The dish. Fastball low, 2 balls and a strike. Eric Feliz finds himself in the lineup after getting a day off yesterday. Feliz, the sophomore out of Notre Dame this past season, played in just 15 games. 2-1. Swung on, a fly ball into shallow right field. Falia running forward, gets underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 3. Every single batter in the lineup for the Dock Spiders comes up to bat. And the Bullfrogs trail 6-0. On to the bottom of the first we go. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not the kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just a penny each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
Welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium, bottom of the first inning, about to get underway. The Bullfrogs trail the Dock Spiders 6-0. You heard that right. Bottom of the first, they trail early. Make it a 3-run home run from Caleb Summerhays and a 2-run shot from A.J. Lewis. And then tack on an RBI double from Nick Fortes, and that's how we got there. Dock Spiders take a commanding lead early, picking up right where they left off. Last night beat the Bullfrogs 5-3 at home to close out their home series, or rather home season, as yesterday was their home finale. And then here on the road, looking to close the year out on a 6-game winning streak. Currently on a 4-game winning streak. We got a doubleheader today, 2 7-inning games. Bullfrogs trying to end their day out with a couple of wins before every player goes back to their respective schools. Mikey Falia digs in to lead things off for the Bullfrogs. Right-handed hitter out of UC Irvine. Center fielder for the Bullfrogs here recently has played well, has been the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game for the past 2 games. Would go 1 for 4 against the Kalamazoo Growlers back on Friday. And then last night would be named the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game for going a 1 for 4 with a triple. And would score 3 runs, and that would be all of the runs for the Bullfrogs. They fall 5-3. First one into Falia. Swung on and fouled straight back, 0-1. Starting pitcher out on the mound for the Kalamazoo Growlers tonight, Jack Collins. Or rather, my apologies, the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, Jack Collins. He sends in the 0-1 pitch. It goes by for a ball, a 1-1. Last home game of the season for the Bullfrogs. Last game of the season, for that matter. As the Northwoods League season comes to a close. Where has the time gone? Seems like just yesterday. Bullfrogs won a home opener against the Wisconsin Woodchucks. The 1-1 pitch comes in for a ball. And the 2-1. Swung on and fouled straight back, 2-2. Willie Bourbon stands on deck for the Bullfrogs. He's the 2-hole hitter, and Riley Smith in the hole. The 2-2. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike 3. And Jack Collins gets things off, started on the right foot, dealing in a strikeout. A check swing from Falia. He thought he went around. They applied to the first base umpire anyway, and he said, yep, you went around. And there's one away. A strikeout against Falia will bring up Willie Bourbon. Bourbon, the first baseman for the Bullfrogs, has struggled this season at the plate, however, is second on the team in RBIs. Swings at the first one, 0-1. Willie Bourbon on the season for the Bullfrogs, batting just 176, but 24 RBI. The 0-1 goes by, called strike 2. Jack Collins wasting no time out there on the mound, kicks the leg, and the 0-2. That one runs all the way down into the dirt, skips across home plate, and moves the count to 1-2. And what a long season it's been. A lot of ups, a lot of downs for this Bullfrogs team. Unfortunately, more downs than ups at most times, as the Bullfrogs will finish with the worst record in the Northwoods League. Jack Holland comes set in the 1-2. Swung on and fouled straight back down into the dirt. Ricochets off of Bourbon, who limps out of the batter's box. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Bullfrogs with the only doubleheader today against the Dock Spiders. All the other teams just playing a single game to close out their year. The 1-2 pitch is swung on, a broken bat blooper into the infield grass, and Bourbon gets there safely, making an infield single for Willie Bourbon. Doesn't get much on it as his bat cracks as he makes contact with it. Bloops over the head of the pitcher, Jack Collins, into the infield grass. Shortstop charging forward is Thomas Lovano. Picks it up, throws it to first. It's not on time or on target as it bounces all the way towards the dugout of the Bullfrogs. So the first hit of the game for the Bullfrogs goes to Willie Bourbon. He stands on first, and Riley Smith, the shortstop for the Bullfrogs, digs in. Smith on the season batting .274, has managed 45 hits over 41 games with 18 RBIs. First one to him, slow grounder to second. Picks it up, throw to second, base is in time, but no throw to first as Smith turns on the jets to avoid the double play, but hits into the fielder's choice, so 2 outs on the board with Riley Smith at first. That brings up Dan Leckie, the third baseman for the Bullfrogs. Dan Leckie on the season for the Bullfrogs, a recent addition. And by that I just mean he hasn't been around since the start. Has played in 28 games at this point. Has managed 11 walks, 15 RBIs, and 4 home runs. First one to him. Swung on, chopper to short. Third baseman Bullock picks it up, or in fact does not pick it up. Elects to try to go the barehanded route and grabs at the air and missing the ball. And make it a second infield single of the game for the Bullfrogs as Dan Leckie gets on to first. Riley Smith moves over to second, and so with 2 runners on, it'll bring up the hottest hitter for the Bullfrogs, Troy Johnston. Johnston batting just below 300 on the season for the Bullfrogs. That mark best on the team, .294. Troy Johnston, left-handed batter out of Gonzaga, awaits. Jack Collins comes set. Jack Smith at second and deals. Swung on, slicing foul ball left side. Lands past the fences and out of play over near the Bouncy House and Bud Light beer stand. Absolute great day for baseball. Couldn't ask for better weather to close out the season. Partly cloudy day. Warm temperatures, slight breeze in the park as well. Dan Leckie takes the lead at first. Riley Smith at second and the 0-1. Swung on, line drive, middle of the field, base hit. They're going to send in Riley Smith from second, and Dan Leckie advancing over to third, and Troy Johnston's able to move over to second off of the errant throw from the center fielder. And so a run scores for the Bullfrogs. They get one back. 6-1 is now the score, making an RBI single from Troy Johnston, and as mentioned, now stands on second because of the errant throw. And Dan Leckie's able to wheel his way over to third base with Riley Smith coming across to score. So 2 runners in scoring position here for the Bullfrogs as they try to respond to a 6-run top of the first. First one to Ben Hart. Runs in the dirt, 1-0. 2 outs on the board here for the Dock Spiders, 1 away of leaving a couple stranded. And look at those 6 runs in the first inning for the Dock Spiders, all 6 coming with 2 outs on the board. Ben Hart digs in, awaiting the offering from Jack Collins out there on the bump. He takes a deep breath, the 1-0. Right across Broadway, not sure why Ben Hart didn't like that one. 1-1. Took a little bit off of it as well, just 77 miles per hour from Collins. The Central Michigan Chippewa out there on the mound. Sends in the 1-1. Check swing. Did he go around? No. Just misses wide. 2-1. Bullfrogs on a 4-game losing streak. Doc Spiders on a 4-game winning streak. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Staying on deck for the Bullfrogs would be Ben Challey, the 7-hole hitter out of UW Milwaukee. Ben Hart out of Oakland University struggled this past season, but has had one heck of a summer. Will not be surprised to see him have a solid redshirt senior year. 2-2. Finds the outside corner. Ben Hart goes down looking, and 2 runners left in scoring position. Frogs do get a run across off the bat of Troy Johnston. Johnston continues his hot hitting for the Bullfrogs, grabbing his 35th RBI of the year and his 71st hit. How about that? Troy Johnson has been great this season for the Bullfrogs, and the Frogs trail 6-1 after 1 frame. Stay tuned for the bottom, or rather, stay tuned for the second. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in Wisconsin is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium, top of the second inning. I was able to meet up with head coach Chris Sabo before the game to talk about how his time was in the Northwoods League. I'm trying to play it for you throughout this inning, and we'll play it before the second inning as well. Listen in.
This year that you're happy with?
Well, hopefully the season. We got 2 more games to go, and hopefully we can finish that and move forward to their respective schools.
Going into the season, a lot of new faces that you weren't familiar with. Got to see a lot of guys play over the season. What were some guys that might have stuck out to you and you think had a good year?
We're back underway here in the top of the second inning. Andrew Bullock digs in, third baseman. And Western Carolina watches the first one go by low and wide, 1-0. Garrett Gooden still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs, with this being the last game of the season. Bullfrogs coaching staff electing to just let him go as long as he can. Of course, came close to reaching that 35 pitch mark in the first inning. Deals in the 1-0. That one runs wide, 2-0. All 6 of those runs that come across for the Doc Spiders in the first frame with 2 outs on the board. Frogs just could not manage to get the third one. 2-0 to Bullock. Fastball that hits the outside corner, 2-1. Bullock this past season for Western Carolina will have a pretty solid sophomore campaign, batting .289. 2-1. Fastball and runs wide, a 3-1 count now to Andrew Bullock. Bullock, a tall, stocky frame, 6'2", and a Chesapeake, Virginia, my neck of the woods. Back during his freshman campaign would bat .304. 3-1. Swung on, popped up, foul territory. Tracking over is Lecky and Johnston, or rather Ben Challey, but it falls out of play. Full count. Bullock's, tall, stocky frame. Athletic genes. His dad played football for the University of Elon, Division I school down in North Carolina. Payoff pitch to Bullock. Swung on, ground ball right side, foul. A grounder couple of feet right of the first base bag. Willie Bourbon, the first baseman, sprinting over to make sure that doesn't stay fair. Bullock will take his time stepping out of the batter's box. Now digs back in. On the season for the Bullfrogs, Bullock has been phenomenal, batting .320. He swings at the payoff pitch. It's a fly ball into the left field gap, but Ben Shalley sprinting over, covering some ground, grabs out number 1 on the run to retire Andrew Bullock. That brings up Thomas Lovano. Shortstop struck out his last time up. Thomas Lovano on the season. He's had a good year as well, batting .295 for this Doc Spider team. Lovano in 45 games has managed 24 RBIs. 11 doubles to his name as well. Garrett Gooden rocks back, kicks the leg. First one to the Lovano. Breaking ball that just runs inside, 1-0. Thomas Lovano out of Creighton just finished up his sophomore year where he would bat .247. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Change up there from Garrett Gooden. And Lovano transferred into Creighton as well, spent his freshman year at Moore Park College, where he would bat .315 with 25 RBIs. The 1-1. Fastball high and tight, about eye level of Lovano. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. The Yellow Jacket outs on the mound for the Bullfrogs, trying to keep them in it here. Trailed by 5 runs. It's going to be one heck of a comeback. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball from Gooden. Lovano's late on it, and it evens the count. The Fond du Lac Doc Spiders, I keep mentioning these names that are batting above .280 or so. A team batting average of .271. Put that into perspective. The Bullfrogs batting on the season .248. 2-2 pitch is swung on, a blooper into left field, tracking back the shortstop Riley Smith, and on the run, running back towards Ben Shalley, the left fielder, makes the grab for out number 2.
Number 24, Luke Mangieri.
So a 2 away, Luke Mangieri will dig in. First baseman on the day. He popped up to shortstop himself the last time up. Mangieri, the first baseman out of Bradley University. The tall left-handed hitter stands in. First one to him. Fastball that runs high and outside, 1-0. Mangieri from Illinois was named a Missouri Valley Conference designated hitter honorable mention, as I mentioned earlier today, for his .300 batting average. Talk about guys that have athletic genes. Mangieri's another one of those guys. The 1-0. Fastball that runs low, 2-0. Older brother is a long snapper at Nebraska. His other brother, Nick, is a linebacker at Indiana. Just to give you 2 names in his family that have gone on to play Division I athletics. 2-0. Swung on, a fly ball into left field. Running over Ben Shalley, gets underneath of it, and out number 3 is recorded. And that does it for the top of the second inning. Garrett Gooden puts him down in order. 1, 2, 3. That does it for the top of the second. Stay tuned for the bottom half. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
We've heard it time and time again. You want local loan decisions and servicing, faster turnaround, and answers to your questions handled right here in Oconto. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we've got all of those bases covered, from local loan decisions and on-time closings to great rates and fair terms. Visit me, Bob Schwartz, at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. I've helped many people, and now I'd like to help you with your next loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Hello and welcome back to Joe Annie Stadium, bottom of the second inning. The Bullfrogs trail the Fond du Lac Doc Spiders 6-1. Jack Collins is still out on the mound for the Fond du Lac Doc Spiders, and due up for the Bullfrogs here in the bottom of the second will be the 7, 8, 9 hitters, Ben Shalley, Trent Bauer, and Mike Rufer. Ben Shalley, a recent addition or re-addition to the Green Bay Bullfrogs team, started the year out on a temporary contract, was not re-signed to the team, However, Bullfrogs would have some guys leave with some injuries, and a spot opened back up. Chris Sabo gave him a call, and sure enough, a few hours later, found himself in Green Bay, signing another contract. Ben Challey on the season for the Bullfrogs comes into the game batting .200. Has managed 14 hits and RBI and 7 walks. First one to him. Swung on and fouled straight back, 0-1. Challey out of UW Milwaukee had a great season this past year, where he would bat well over 300. One of the better players on the team for that matter. Batting .327 with 56 hits, 23 RBIs, and 4. Bauer, the left-handed hitter for the Bullfrogs this season. Another guy that started the year out on a temporary contract and was re-signed. Left-handed hitter stands in. Jack Collins comes set, kicks his leg, first pitch. Fastball right over the zone, 0-1. Trina Bauer, since rejoining the team, has been named the Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game on 2 different occasions. Bauer out of Ellsworth Community College stands in and awaits. 0-1. Breaking ball that drops all the way down into the dirt. Count moves even. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs on the board. Ben Challey at first. Bottom of the first inning, Bullfrogs trail 6-1. Collins deals in the 1-1 pitch. Fastball that runs wide and low. 2-1. Last game of the season here in the Northwoods League. Most of the playoff spots around the league have been filled. There's just 1 opening left. Bombers and Rockford Rivets in the other game. 3-1 pitch into Bauer, runs low, ball 4. And if the Bullfrogs want to try a miraculous comeback here in Joe Annie Stadium on the first game of this doubleheader, they're going to have to get base runners just like that. 2 runners on here with no outs on the board. So that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Mike Rufer, making his home debut in a Bullfrogs uniform out of Carroll University. Last night would make his debut as a Bullfrog. A day before the season comes to a close, he went 0 for 3. With a walk and a run scored. First one to him, runs low, 1-0. Carroll University, a Division III school out in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Bauer takes a lead at first. Challey takes one at second. Collins gives Challey a couple of glances, deals in the 1-0. Swung on, found away right side, 1-1. Rufer came in and joined me on the broadcast during the last doubleheader here at home. As he showed up during game 1, got his headshot, got signed to the team, etc. between the 2 games, and could have came out and played in that second one. And was in the booth for game 1. And asked him about why he came out to the Northwoods League. Territory out of play, and over towards the Hop Shop team store here on the right side of the stadium. 1-2. Opportunity to play in the Northwoods League, of course known for its skill and prestige, and said it did not want to pass up the opportunity. Jack Collins comes set, sends in the 1-2. Swung on, a fly ball into right field. It's in foul territory. The first baseman Luke Mangieri tracking back towards the Bullfrogs bullpen, gets underneath of it and makes the play for out number 1. So a foul out. Full foul off, rather.
Center fielder, number 28.
Puts 1 out on the board. And we're back up to the top of the lineup for Mikey Falia, the UC Irvine product. Mikey Falia, the center fielder, 0 for 1 today. Struck out his first time up. Coming off a day where he was named the Bullfrogs Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine Player of the Game. 1 for 4 yesterday with 3 RBIs. First one to him. Fastball that hits the outside portion of the zone, 0-1. Stands at first. Jack Collins staring down Falia. Now comes Set. The Central Michigan product out there on the bump, sends in the 0-1. Swung on, slow grounder to second. He bobbles with it, and it's going to be an E4. Bases loaded. Missed opportunity for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders as Nick Fortes has trouble with the slow grounder. Bobbles off of his glove, hits him in the chest, goes back down to the ground. You think he might have enough time to still pick it up and at least get one out at second, but can't even manage that. Could have been a double play for the Dock Spiders. Then it could have been at least the second out, but still just one out on the board and the bases loaded for Willie Bourbon. Bourbon on the season, 2 home runs for the Bullfrogs, batting around just 180. First one to him. Fastball that runs wide, 1-0. Willie Bourbon out of Northwestern University had a solid freshman campaign where he would bat .250, 28 RBIs. This past season, however, would bat just .164. Left-handed batter waves his bat around, and the 1-0 comes in. It hits him. A fastball inside hits him on the inside shoulder, and it's a run for the Bullfrogs. Ben Challey is forced home, and with one out on the board, Riley Smith digs in. A hit by pitch puts Falia at first. Trent Bauer moves over to third. And Mikey Falia at second after Willie Bourbon is hit by the pitch. Of course, Mikey Falia got on due to the E6, and the pitching coach for the Dock Spiders, Charlie Thalman, will come out and have a quick word with Jack Collins. Collins, so far through an inning and a third, has not looked bad whatsoever. Collins so far dealing in 2 strikeouts, but Bullfrogs have managed 4 hits off of him and 2 earned runs. Riley Smith digs in, has been struggling here recently. First one to him. Breaking ball that hits the inside corner, 0-1. Riley Smith, his last time up, would get on base due to the fielder's choice and then come around and score off the bat of Troy Johnston. Here in the last 10 games for the Bullfrogs, Riley Smith batting just .162. The 0-1. Going on a tear. Went on an 8-game hit streak, and the best batting average on the team for the Bullfrogs. Was invited to the Northwoods League Major League Dream Showcase, but then since then has struggled. The righty out of Minnesota overweights. 1-1. Runs high, a 2-1 count now. The Bullfrogs can manage to plate a few runs here. They'll be right back into the game. Frogs trail 6-2 here on the last game of the season. Jack Collins staring down Riley Smith, holds the ball behind his back. Chomping on his gum out there on the mound. Now comes Set, sends in the 2-1. Swung on, slow grounder to Fortes at second. That gets past him. Trent Bauer comes around to score. They're going to send in Falia, and he comes across to score. Bullfrogs make it a 2-run ball game, as that's a grounder that goes right past the shortstop. And to make it an E4 that scores 2 runs. Nick Fortes struggling at second, his second error just in the inning. And could have been another double play ball that could have got the Dock Spiders out of the frame. Instead, it hits off of the infield grass, and instead of bouncing to him, shoots right underneath of his glove. He was not expecting it, throws his glove down on the dirt, and the ball just squeaks right underneath of it. Runners at first and second for Dan Leckie. He swings at the first one, another ground ball to Fortes, bobbles with it again, throws it to short in time. He gets the out there, and the throw to first is in time for out number 3. Finally, Nick Fortes gets that double play he'd been looking for, nearly botched that one as well. However, stays calm on this one, picks it up, underhand toss to the shortstop Lovano, and a charging throw to Mangieri at first is in time. make it a 4-6-3 double play that ends the inning, but the Bullfrogs are right back in it. They trail 6-4. On to the top of the third inning we go. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at a Clown Pharmacy, NCR pharmacist Ron or Poom.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get you results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today. 715-735-0583.
Hello and welcome to Green Bay, Wisconsin, here at Joanne Stadium. Top of the third inning about to get underway. The Bullfrogs trail the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders 6-4. They went down in this game as 6-0. As the Dock Spiders would put 6 up on the board in the top of the first inning, but 4 unanswered now for the Bullfrogs. Garrett Gooden would work the 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second. We'll see what he can do here in the top of the third inning. Gooden, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, trying to find his groove after allowing those 2 home runs in the first. 2 out for the Dock Spiders here in the third will be Brandon Wolf, the designated hitter, Nick Fortes, second baseman, and Caleb Summerhays, left fielder. Brandon Wolf, his last time up, would get hit by a pitch and then come around to score off the back of Nick Fortes. Right-handed batter stands in. Garrett Gooden kicks his leg, the first pitch. Breaking ball that runs high and tight, 1-0. Frogs plate 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning. All 3 off of errors as well. It would go 2 RBIs to Riley Smith, however, as he would have hit into a fielder's choice that likely would have scored some runs. The 2-0. Runs inside for a ball, 3-0 count. Scattered crowd here at Joanne Stadium. First game of a doubleheader, so expect some better attendance numbers here in the second game. 3-0 pitch, runs wide and low, ball 4, and Garrett Gooden walks the first batter he sees with 4 straight pitches here in the third. Nick Fortes, the second baseman, now digs in. Fortes managing that RBI double back in the first inning.
Second baseman, number 15, Nick Fortes.
Nick Fortes out of Ole Miss this past season, playing in just 17 games. Batting 194. Right-handed batter stands in. Garrett Gooden out there on the mound stares him down. Runner takes the lead at first. Gooden gives him a glance. Now comes set, and the first one. Fastball that runs wide, 1-0. Gooden checks the runner at first. Comes set. And the 1-0 pitch. Another fastball low, make it 6 straight balls from Garrett Gooden after managing a 1-2-3 inning in the second. Gooden checks the runner at first. Stares down the batter. Kicks the leg, 2-0. Swung on, a pop up in the infield. Willie Bourbon, first baseman, gets underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 1. 1 away. That brings up Caleb Summerhays. Left fielder hit his 5th home run of the season. A 3-run shot back in the first inning. Did not play last night for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. Got the night off. Gets the start tonight in left field and makes the most of it here in the last day of the Northwoods League. Dock Spiders come into the game on a 4-game winning streak, looking to extend that. But the Bullfrogs have stormed back, and they're right back into the game after going down 6-0 in the first. First one to Summerhays. Fastball, and runs in the dirt, 1-0. Fond du Lac Dock Spiders in their all-gray uniforms with Fondy etched across the chest in a wooden color with blue stripes down the side of the pants and blue batting helmets. Summerhays swings at the 1-0, ground ball to third. Throw to second in time, throw to first in time. 5, 4, 3, double play, and the Bullfrogs get out of the frame. That does it for the top of the third inning. Stay tuned for the bottom half. Listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matzo pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matzo pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
American Inn Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Welcome to Green Bay, Wisconsin, here in the bottom of the third inning. Jack Collins still out on the mound for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, and it's National Left-Handers Day. We're using all left-handed bats and left-handed balls today in the game. 6-4, Dock Spiders have the lead. And due out for the Bullfrogs is left-handed hitter Troy Johnston. Troy Johnston, the right fielder, 1 for 1 on the day. Managed an RBI single back in the first inning, continuing his hot hitting here in the last 10 games. He's batting .350, best number on the team. First one to him, fastball wide and high, 1-0. And Johnston, he's right on that cusp of getting over that 300 bump. And if he can manage to do it, I'm sure that's a personal goal of his. 1-0 pitch runs wide and high, 2-0. Johnston would start this season batting around .250 for the majority of the year, but here in the second half, ever since the All-Star break or so, has just caught fire. Last night would manage a base hit, and 1 for 1 today with that RBI single. Watches the 2-0 pitch, run inside, 3-0 count, he gets ahead. Jack Collins out of Central Michigan University out there on the mound for Fondy. Left-handed pitcher kicks his leg, sends in the 3-0. Fastball that runs in the dirt for ball 4, and Troy Johnston gets on base for the second time tonight. That brings up Ben Hart. Second baseman went down looking his last time up. One of the 2 strikeout victims of Jack Collins. And it looks like Jack Collins' day has come to a close as the Dock Spiders, being aggressive today, they're going to go to the bullpen. Let some other guys get some work in on the last day of work, and Collins' day comes to a close. 1 runner at first, nobody on, bottom of the third inning. Ben Hart's due up to bat. We'll tell you who's out on the bump when we come back. Listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Want that new home? You can own it. NEW Credit Union has several mortgage options to choose from. Along with our 5- and 7-year balloon and 10-year fixed terms, NEW Credit Union now offers a 15-year fixed term. Find out how to get pre-approved for your home loan. Ask one of our knowledgeable mortgage specialists. Call 800-924-1250 today. That's 800-924-1250. Offices in Oconto Falls, Surrey, and Oconto. NEW Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Shawano, and Oconto counties. Federally insured by the NCUA. All loans subject to approval. Visit www.newcu.org for more details. Choose your home. At NEW Credit Union, we can help you own it.
on the mound will be Jordan Bach for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. Jordan Bach out of Sugar Grove, Illinois. Man, there are a lot of guys in Northwood. Spiders. That's where Herb Baker Field is, and that's where the Dock Spiders call home. And despite the fact that Jordan Bach, going to a Division III school here in Wisconsin, has struggled, or rather, my apologies, it's from Marian University. You think, oh, he just got on the team because, well, you know, that's where he goes to school. They wanted to grab someone there. That's not the case at all, as Jordan Bach has had a great year for the Dock Spiders. His ERA doesn't really show it, but his strikeout to walk ratio not too shabby, 14-11, has been a solid choice out of the bullpen all season as well. This being his 16th appearance, started in 2 games as well. And against the Bullfrogs, he has pitched well. You think back to July 26, would pitch an inning and 2/3, allowing just 3 hits and 3 earned runs against the Frogs. And in a loss against the Bullfrogs back on June 20th, would pitch 1 inning of work, allowing just an earned run. First pitch he deals here in the bottom of the 3rd inning is a fastball right over the zone, 0-1. Ben Hart is dug in for the Bullfrogs, the Oakland University guy. First one to him after the strike, goes low in the dirt. Runner off from first and Johnston. Throw down from Lewis, not in time, and Johnston advances on the pass ball, 1-1. Ben Hart, the second baseman tonight for the Bullfrogs, has struggled in the field this year. Leads the team in errors. Swings at the 1-1 pitch. A fly ball deep to left. Tracking back Summer Hayes, and on the warning track makes the grab. Troy Johnson tags up from second. He'll get to third standing up. And so Ben Hart just a few feet from getting out of the stadium here. A well-hit ball, just not quite enough on it. It's enough to move Troy Johnson to third, so it almost worked as if a sacrifice fly. That brings up Ben Challey, the left fielder. 1 for 1 tonight. Would manage a multi-hit game a few days ago. First one to him, fastball high, 1-0. In fact, last night, Ben Challey would manage a multi-hit game, going 2 for 4 with the run scored. One of just 2 Bullfrogs that managed the feat, as Troy Johnson would also go 2 for 4. The 1-0 to Challey. Fastball runs wide, 2-0. Trent Bauer stands on deck for the Bullfrogs. The catcher was walked his last time up. Jack Collins out on the mound. Comes set. Righty-handed Marion deals in the 2-0. That one misses low. And a 3-0 count. Ben Challey gets ahead. A packed house last night at Herb Baker Field, 1,700 strong. You want to talk about packed, a complete sellout. Standing room only. 3-0 pitch comes across, finds the zone, 3-1. The peanut gallery here at Joe Annie Stadium disagrees, lets the umpire hear it. Jack Collins deals in the 3-1. Swung on, a pop-up right side. First baseman Luke Mangieri gets underneath of it. Field grass for out number 2. So 2 away here. Troy Johnston, he's just 90 feet away from making this game a 1-run ball game. Frogs trail 6-4 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Ben Hart with a... Ben Challey pops up to first, and that puts 2 outs on the board. Trenton Bauer, the Ellsworth Community College product, digs in. Left-handed hitter. Was walked his last time up. Collins deals. Fastball and runs wide and low, 1-0. Trent Bauer for the Bullfrogs this season, coming into the game batting 186. 3 doubles to his name and 4 RBIs. Takes a hack at the 1-0 and misses, 1-1. Bauer steps out of the batter's box, now digs back in, supporting the white batting gloves and white wrist tape. Lefty awaits. Bach deals. It's a fastball and runs wide, 2-0. Jordan Bach out there on the bump. Comes set, lets his right arm dangle to his side with the ball in hand. Now comes set, sends in the 2-1. Swung on, slicing, foul ball left side. Count moves even. Bauer, the lefty, gives a little practice swing, digs back in. Troy Johnson takes a lead at third. Bullfrogs trail by 2, 6-4. Jordan back, stares down. Johnson at third, deals. 2-2 pitch, swung and gone, a blooper into center. Eric Gilgenbach right there for it, however, doesn't even move, goes right to him, raises the glove and makes the grab for out number 3. That does it for the third inning. Stay tuned for the fourth. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
About insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a Brew Pub pizza? Designed to be the best of the best pub pizzas ever made, every Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half-pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brew Pub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brew Pub Lots of
Cousin Sons.
Hello and welcome to Joe Annie Stadium, top of the fourth inning, about to get underway. Garrett Gooden still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Allowed 6 runs to come across in the first. 2 home runs. It looked like it was going to be a long day for the Bullfrogs. However, Garrett Gooden since then has pitched well. A 1-2-3 inning in the second, and then would force a double play ending the third inning. Bullfrogs trail 6-4 as they would score 3 runs in the bottom of the second inning after plating a run in the first as well. And just like that, they're right back in it. 6-4, just a 2-run deficit. So far in the game, they've been out hit by just 1 hit, 5 hits to 4. Scattered crowd here at Joe Annie Stadium, likely to fill up as the day goes on. The second game scheduled for 5:05. That's when the game was originally supposed to be played. Of course, this is a game that was postponed earlier in the year. That's why we have the doubleheader, as the Bullfrogs would come to Joe Annie Stadium for an 11:35 showdown. Stands packed to the brim with all of the local daycare centers, with kids screaming that they wanted baseball, the staff frantically working to try to get the field ready, but never could. Eric Gilgenbach digs in to lead things off, swings at the first one he sees, and fouls it away down the left field line, 0-1. Gilgenbach last night would be a nominee for the Northwoods League Player of the Night, as he would manage a home run and go 2 for 3. Swings at the 0-1 pitch, gets a hold of that one landing past the Bud Light Beach Club out in left field. 0-2, he falls behind, threatening to grab his 10th home run of the season. Would hit his 9th last night, and no doubter. Doc Spiders already with 2 tonight. Gilgenbach wants to grab one as well. 0-2. Breaking ball and runs wide as Garrett Gooden tries to get Gilgenbach to chase, but he stays disciplined. 1-2. Eric Gilgenbach out of Notre Dame. Just finished up his redshirt freshman year. Grew up in the same hometown as Ben Hart from Rochester Hills, Michigan. The 1-2, swung on, slicing ground ball left side, foul. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. That one rolling all the way towards the bullpen of the Doc Spiders. Garrett Gooden gets the ball back from his catcher. Takes a deep breath out on the mound. Gilgenbach awaits. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Garrett Gooden grabs his 2nd strikeout of the night. And Eric Gilgenbach moves to 1-2 on the day. That brings up A.J. Lewis, the catcher. He managed the 2-run home run in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. Last night, A.J. Lewis would go 0 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. Lewis out of Missouri just finished up his freshman year, where he would go just 1 for 23 this past season. First one to him. Breaking ball right across the plate. Nice pitch from Eric Gooden, 0-1. And Gooden, a guy that thrives off of momentum. After he deals in a couple of good batters, or maybe innings for that matter, he can really start to fool you out there on the mound. A 1 pitch goes low and in the dirt, moves the count even, 1-1. Nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning as we nearly approach the halfway point in this game. Remember, a 7-inning game today. 1-1. Fastball that drops into the dirt. 2-1. A.J. Lewis out of Chicago. Right-handed hitter stands at just 5'10". Gooden rocks back, kicks the leg, the 2-1 pitch. Swung on. Trent Bauer running over, but it's out of play, landing towards the concession stands here, where Vince Lowry grabs the ball and throws it into the stands for some other fans to get. Vince Lowry, of course, father of the Bat Boy here for the Bullfrogs. Those guys are here for just about every game. Gooden out on the mound, kicks the leg, the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball just runs high and inside, a full count. University of Missouri product digs in, waves his bat around. Gooden rocks back, and the payoff pitch. Swung on, a sky rocketed pop up into right field. Troy Johnson gets underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 2, staring into the sun on this 4:05 matinee. Makes the grab, and there are 2 away here in the 4th inning, as Garrett Gooden looks to make it a 1-2-3 inning for the 3rd straight time after allowing 6 runs in that first frame. Eric Feliz digs in. First one to him is a fastball low, 1-0. Eric Feliz, the sophomore out of Notre Dame, played in just 15 games this last season as a designated hitter. 1-0. Fastball and runs low, 2-0. Wouldn't play too bad either. Managed 2 home runs and a .324 batting average. All of this a year after he did not get any playing time as a freshman. Garrett Gooden kicks the leg, the 2-0. High and tight, and he gets behind, 3-0. Actually played his baseball with IMG Academy. If you're not familiar with it, Chris Sabo, head coach of the Green Bay Bullfrogs, the head coach down there with that program. The head man, I should say, as IMG Academy has 3 or 4 different baseball teams. 3-0. Fastball right over the plate, 3-1. So Sabo familiar with Feliz, the Inglewood Cliffs, New Jersey native. Out of high school, was ranked the #1 outfielder in all of New Jersey. 3-1 pitch is swung on, ground ball to third. Like he gloves it, a long throw to first is on time and on target for out number 3. Making a 1-2-3 inning for the Bullfrogs, and we head to the bottom of the 4th frame. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM. Stay tuned.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960. Specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts. American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Hello and welcome to Green Bay, Wisconsin here at Joanne Stadium. Bottom of the 4th inning, about to get underway. The Bullfrogs trail the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders on the last day in the Northwoods League, 6-4. Doc Spiders took a 6-0 lead in the first inning off of 2 home runs, and the Bullfrogs would play a run in the bottom of the first and then 3 in the bottom of the second, taking advantage of a couple of errors against the Doc Spiders second baseman Nick Fortes. Bottom of the fourth inning, and due up for the Bullfrogs will be the 9-1-2 hitters, Mike Rufer, Mikey Falia, and Willie Bourbon. Mike Rufer, the designated hitter tonight for the Green Bay Bullfrogs, making his home debut. You heard that right, last day of the season, yet just the second game played for Mike Rufer. Out of Carroll University, Division III school out in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Right-handed hitter looking to prove his worth and prove that he's got some talent to play here in the Northwoods League. Right-handed hitter stands in, and Jordan Bach deals to him. It's a pop-up behind home plate. A.J. Lewis staring into the sun, tracks back all the way to the backstop netting and makes the grab. Good play. Grabs that one right in front of the backstop netting, makes the grab on it, and then actually lands into the backstop netting here. What a play. Closest play we've seen. It took all season, 34 games for it to happen, but a player diving into the netting to make the play, and A.J. Lewis puts the first batter down. The second time tonight that Mike Rufer has fouled out, and Mikey Falia, the leadoff man, digs in. Falia 0 for 2 tonight, got on base due to the E6 back in the second inning. Would eventually come around to score for the Bullfrogs in that inning, as the right-handed batter out of UC Irvine digs in. First one to him. Breaking ball runs inside and hits the inside corner. 0-1. This past season, just 11 at-bats for UC Irvine. And with the summer he's had, you can probably expect him to manage some more next year. Swings at the 0-1 pitch. Is a slow grounder to second. Nick Fortes picks it up. A shuffle pass to first base. Just beats at Mikey Falia. An audible no and disagreements to the home plate, or rather the first base umpire, but I think they got him there. Nick Fortes makes up for some errors, making a solid defensive play on that one for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down will bring up Willie Bourbon. Bourbon 1 for 1 tonight with a hit by pitch. Managed a single back in the first inning as the left-handed hitter stands in. Jordan Bach deals in the first one. Fastball that runs low, 1-0. Riley Smith stands on deck for the Bullfrogs. He's 0 for 2 tonight as well. 1-0. Fastball that runs in the dirt, 2-0. Bullfrogs in their away uniforms tonight as they are auctioning them off for the Boys and Girls Club. 2-0 pitch, just hits the outside corner, 2-1. Jordan Bach comes set, the 2-1. Swung on, blooper into the infield grass. Shortstop grabs it. Throw to first in time. Nice play from Thomas Lovano. Records out number 3. Bullfrogs go down in order. Willie Bourbon grounds out to short. Thomas Lovano charging into the infield grass. Gloves it. Sidearm throw on the run to first is in time and on target for out number 3. Bullfrogs put them down in order, then go down in order. And to the 5th inning we go.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's roll. Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation Flex Agreement and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Brought to you by Fox's Resort at 500.
welcome to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Top of the 5th inning, about to get underway. Garrett Gooden still out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. Pitch count sits at 66, and so he's on pace to probably finish out this game, as it's just a 7-inning game tonight. Due up for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders will be the leadoff batter, Andrew Bullock. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Andrew Bullock, Thomas Lovano, and Luke Mangieri. Andrew Bullock tonight 1 for 2 after going 0 for 4 last night. Left-handed hitter out of Western Carolina awaits. Gooden rocks back, wasting no time, deals in the first one. Swung on, well hit ball right side, foul. Liner towards the first base coach of the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, Sam Lind. Sam Lind, an All-American back there in his college days, was named an NAIA MVP. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Garrett Gooden gets ahead here in the top of the 5th. Last game of the season. You expect a little better crowd than this for the last game of the year, but granted, again, it's a twin bill, so we'll have another game right after this one. 0-2. Fastball and runs wide and high. 1-2. 2 7-inning games tonight. This game a makeup game for what was the first game of a home-and-home doubleheader. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the night for Garrett Gooden as he gains some more confidence. 3 straight 1, 2, 3 innings for the Bullfrogs. And due up now is Thomas Lovano, the shortstop. Lovano 0 for 2 tonight, one of the 3 victims of Garrett Gooden. Struck out back in the first inning. Lovano out of Creighton University. This past season would bat .247. First one in from Gooden. Swing and a miss, and he gained some confidence. 0-1. Fastball was hitting around just 82. That one up to 84. Gooden out on the bump, comes set. Lovano steps out and stands back in. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball drops all the way down into the dirt. Count moves even, 1-1. Trenton Bauer, the catcher tonight for the Bullfrogs. Would not be surprised to see the 9-hole hitter and the designated hitter, Roofer, and Bauer switch between games. That likely will be the only substitution and change in the lineup. 1-1. Fastball that runs inside, 2-1. And there are also 2 different pitchers that were added to this team. Jeremy Kalogna, he came in to close out the game yesterday for the Bullfrogs, pitching the 8th inning and allowing 2 runs. 2-1. Runs high and tight. Chin music for Lovano. Limbo's away. 3-1. Stephen Kemp also joined the team. And he will be starting the second game out of Harris Stowe College, JUCO school. 3-1 pitch runs high for ball 4, and after a strikeout, Garrett Gooden walks the next one. So Thomas Lovano on base for the first time tonight. That will bring up Luke Mangieri. First baseman's 0 for 2 tonight. A fly out to left field his last time up. Luke Mangieri out of Bradley University. The tall left-handed hitter, 6'4". One of the tallest guys on the team for the Dock Spider team. Left-handed hitter stands in, supporting the shin guard on his right leg. Evo shield on his right arm. White wrist tape and blue batting gloves. First one to him. Fastball and hits the outside corner, 0-1. Garrett Gooden out on the bump. Stares. Holds the ball behind his back hip. Thomas Lovano takes the lead at first. In the 0-1. Fastball and runs wide. Evens the count up, 1-1. On the season, Luke Mangieri has been a bright spot for the Dock Spiders. Comes into the game with one of the better batting averages on the team. Batting .290 on the year. 28 RBIs to his name. Garrett Gooden steps off of the rubber. Mangieri steps out of the box, readjusting his batting glove. Played in 54 games for this Dock Spider team. That good for most on the team. 207 at-bats. It's been a long year. The 1-1. Runner off from first. Swung on. Ground ball to second. Benhart grabs it. Throw to first in time. They get the out there. That one bouncing off of the infield grass. The runner took off first and nearly collided with the ball. Did not hit him. And so because he took off early, he's able to get to second. Otherwise, that was likely going to be a double play for the Bullfrogs. The only play Benhart has when he finally gets the mid on it is a throw to first, and it's in time and on target. 2 outs on the board. So Thomas Lovano now on second for Brandon Wolf, the designated hitter. Wolf batting .309 on the year, has managed 9 home runs and 29 RBIs on the season. 9 home runs, good for most on the team. First one to him, high and tight, 1-0. 11 doubles this season, 2 triples. Has been well. Good in, checks Lovano at second, deals in the 1-0. Check swing, make contact with it, fouls it back, 1-1. Would have been high and tight, and I think Wolf realized it midway through, tries to just dodge it, and in fact it actually makes contact with the ball there, and it puts his strike on the board, 1-1. The Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets staring down. Wolf comes set, checks the runner at second, and sends in the dish. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Gooden will be going into his sophomore year at Georgia Tech. One of the only ACC players on this Green Bay roster. One of the few here in the Northwoods League for that matter. There aren't many. Gooden out on the mound, staring down Brandon Wolf. Checks the runner at second and deals in the 1-2. Breaking ball that runs way wide. Solid job by Bauer just to get in front of it. Moves the count even 2-2. We're here in the top of the 5th inning with 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs trail 6-4. Gooden toes the rubber. Checks the runner at second. And deals in the 2-2. Runs low in the dirt. A full count now. Brandon Wolf on the night has yet to record an at-bat. Hit the first batter he saw. And walked the second and the third. Or rather, was hit the first time he was up and was walked in the third. Gooden out on the bump, checks the runner at second, and Lovano sends in the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled straight back as Wolf fights to stay alive. If he keeps the bat on the shoulder there, it was going to be ball 4. Gooden replaces teammate Andy Archer, who started the team out for the Bullfrogs, but went home due to injury, and Georgia Tech sent out Garrett Gooden, who started his year out in the Coastal Plains League. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, popped up in foul territory. Willie Bourbon tracking over, gets underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 3. Bullfrogs leave a runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Bullfrogs trail by 2, 6-4. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin. Every Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here at the O'Connell Pharmacy would mail your prescriptions to you? At the O'Connell Pharmacy, we would like to make things easy for you. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family, helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin here at Joanne Stadium. Bottom of the 5th inning, about to get underway. The Bullfrogs trail the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders 6-4. Jordan Bach still out on the mound for the Dock Spiders. So far has pitched well since coming in. Bach has dealt in 2 innings of work, not allowing a hit, run, or walk. has retired all 6 batters he's faced and has looked well. The Marion University product in his last appearance in a Ducks batter uniform. And due up for the Bullfrogs here in this bottom of the 5th frame will be Riley Smith, Dan Leckie, and Troy Johnston. Riley Smith tonight 0 for 2, but did manage a 2 RBI hit back in the 2nd inning as he would get on base due to an error, and the error would travel all the way out into right field, and because of it, 2 runs come across for the Bullfrogs, and really, that's what put them back into it. They trailed by just 2 runs after going down 6-0 in this game. A 6-run top of the 1st inning for the Ducks Spiders was not looking pretty for the Bullfrogs, but since then, Garrett Gooding, starting pitcher for the Bullfrogs, has really settled in. Riley Smith digs in for the Bullfrogs, right-handed hitter out of Minnesota. Riley Smith, right-handed hitter for the Golden Gophers this past season, with struggle batting just 143, but has done much better than that for the Bullfrogs, batting 274 coming into the game. There's actually a pitching change for the Fond du Lac Ducks Spiders, so Jordan Bach's day comes to a close, and Zach Bryant now out on the rubber. First one in. Fastball that hits the outside corner, 1-0. Zach Bryant, the freshman out of Daytona State, teammates with, of course, David Mayberry, who was a Bullfrog this season. 1-0. Swung on a fly ball off the end of the bat in foul territory. That one landing into the club seating over on the right side and actually hits a couple of fans, but everyone seems to be all right. Counts even, 1-1. Zach Bryant just finished up his freshman year at Daytona State. Grew up in Port Orange, Florida. Right-handed pitcher out there on the mound. Comes set, kicks his leg, the 1-1. Swung on a sky, rocketed pop-up. Third baseman Andrew Bullock underneath of it makes the grab. 1 away. Dan Leckie, the third baseman, now digs in. 1 for 2 on the night. Managed a single back in the 1st inning, but then would hit into a double play in the 2nd. Bullfrogs have gone down in order their last time up and have looked good tonight offensively, as they have managed 4 hits tonight to the Ducks Spiders 5. Dan Leckie digs in, first one to him. Check swing, it's a fastball that runs low, 1-0. Dan Leckie has the power to go deep. If he came in one here, the momentum would definitely swing in their favor. Swings at the 1-1, fouls it back. Moves the count to 1-1 rather, as it was the 1-0. Dan Leckie on the season, batting .250 for the Bullfrogs, 4 home runs and 15 RBIs to his name. Takes a hack at the 1-1 pitch. It's a fly ball into right field. Right fielder Eric Feliz underneath of it makes the grab, 2 away. So nice start out on the mound for Zach Bryant, retiring the first 2 batters he has faced off against, as the Fond du Lac Ducks Spiders likely going to continue to use many pitchers today to just get all the guys in the pen one last crack at some Northwoods League baseball. Bullfrogs letting Garrett Gooding go as long as he can, although there are a couple of right-handers warming up in the bullpen. Troy Johnston digs in for the Frogs. Johnston 1 for 1 tonight. Swings at the first one, a fly ball into shallow left. Running over Caleb Summerhays, and in foul territory raises his glove and registers the out. Bullfrogs go down in order 1, 2, 3. Just a 7-pitch inning for Zach Bryant, and that does it for the 5th. Stay tuned for the 6th. They're going to sing Garrett Gooding back down. Listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Top of the 6th inning, and remember, it's a 7-inning game. It's a doubleheader, so this essentially the 8th inning, if you will. Garrett Gooden out on the bump for the Bullfrogs. Right-handed pitcher out of Georgia Tech. Really struggled to start things off. 2 home runs, 6 runs come across in the top of the 1st inning. But since then, man, has he looked good. Has dealt in some strikeouts, left runners stranded, some 1, 2, 3 innings. He's been impressive. Leading things off here in the top of the 6th frame for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiners will be Brandon Wolf, the designated hitter. Or my apologies, Brandon Wolf would pop up to the first baseman, Willie Bourbon, to close out the 5th inning. And Nick Fortes, rather, the second baseman, leads things off. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Ground ball to Riley Smith at short. Tries to backhand it. Closes his glove, and the ball just kind of squeaks out of it. Lands into the infield dirt, and Riley Smith, frustrated with himself, claps his fist into his glove. Thought he should have had that one. Would have been a good play if he could have got the glove on it. Would have been a tough play for that matter as well, but it won't matter. That one will go down as a error against the Bullfrogs as a runner gets on base at first. Caleb Summerhays digs in now for the Dock Spiners. Swings at the first one. Line drive to left field, a base hit. That one bounces in front of Ben Challey out there in left field, who was sprinting forward. Looked like he thought about diving in for that one, but decides to just grab it on the first hop and throw it back in. So make it 2 hits, rather, as that one for Nick Fortes will actually be awarded a base hit. I think that's probably the right judging as well, as it's hit into the gap between short and third. It would have been one heck of a play if Riley Smith can even manage to get the mitt on the glove. And there's a slow grounder. So Fortes actually awarded the hit. He's now 2 for 3 tonight. And Caleb Summerhays manages a single of his own. He stands over at first. Eric Gilgenbach digs in and watches a strike go by, 0-1. Gilgenbach, he's been the guy to watch for the Dock Spiners this season. 1 for 2 today. The Notre Dame redshirt freshman did not see any playing time this past season, but back after his high school career came to a close, and during his redshirt season, played for the Battle Creek Bombers, where he managed 7 home runs and 21 RBIs. So this is his 2nd year in the Northwoods League. Swings at the 0-1 pitch, fouls it straight back, 0-2. No outs on the board. Runners at first and second. Dock Spiners looking to extend this lead and give them some insurance runs. Garrett Gooden checks the runner at second in the 0-2. Fastball wide, 1-2. Gilgenbach out of high school, highly recruited as you can imagine. Number 1 third baseman in all of Michigan, and number 7 prospect overall in the state. Gooden checks the runner at second and deals in the 1-2. Breaking ball that drops all the way down into the dirt. Solid job by Bauer there to drop down and block that one from getting past him. 2-2. Gilgenbach stands in awaiting the offering from Gooden. Gooden taking his time out there on the rubber. No outs on the board and 2 runners set. 2-2. Fastball, and that drops low, and a full count now after getting ahead in the count, 0-2. Gilgenbach batting just .225 this summer, but it's been his long ball that's been impressive. 9 home runs, tied for most in the team. 37 RBIs to his name as well. That's good for second best. Continues to find himself in the lineup. This is his 53rd game played. Payoff pitch. Swung on, popped up foul past the press box seating and into the bordering Joe Annie's Park. Count sits at 3-2. No outs on the board. Runners at first and second. And there's still some right-handed pitchers warming up in the bullpen for the Frogs. Good in, the right-handed pitcher comes set. Nods his head, checks the runner at second. And the payoff pitch. Fastball that runs in the dirt, moves the count to ball 4. And it's a walk. Eric Gilgenbach gets on first. And there's runners at first, second, and third. Bases loaded. And the Dock Spiders threaten to extend their lead and put the Bullfrogs out of the game. A.J. Lewis digs in now, the catcher out of Missouri. 1 for 2 today with the home run. First 1-2. Swung on, popped up, foul, out of play, 0-1. A.J. Lewis swinging for the fences there. Lewis with a 2-run shot back in the first frame. That's to put the Bullfrogs down 6-0. Gooden sends in the 0-1. Fastball that drops into the dirt, 1-1. Gooden has pitched really well coming into this inning. But 2 singles and a walk load the bases, no outs on the board. Pitch count is getting up there as well. This will be his last inning of work. Runners at first, second, and third. A.J. Lewis, right-handed batter, stands in. Garrett Gooden, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, stares him down. Rocks back, kicks the leg, the 1-1. In the dirt, a 2-1 count. A.J. Lewis on the season for the Dock Spiders coming into the game, supporting a .262 batting average. 13 doubles, 22 RBIs on the year. Gooden wants to go through the signs again. Takes a deep breath, rocks back, and the 2-1. Swung on, chopper to second. Riley Smith grabs it, throws it to second. It's in time, throw to first, in time. Make it a double play for the Bullfrogs, much needed. Run comes across for the Dock Spiders, however, as Nick Fortes comes across, stomping on home plate to make the lead a 7-4. Much needed double play, however, as it's a grounder to the shortstop Riley Smith right off of the second base bat. Grabs it, an underhand toss to Ben Hart's in time, a long throw to first is in there as well. 6-4-3 double play. And Eric Feliz, the right fielder, digs in. Runner standing at third is Caleb Summerhays. The 1-0. That one runs inside, 2-0. Gooden just reached 100 pitches. This will be his last inning of work. A 2-0 count to Feliz. Gooden rocks back and deals. Swung on. Line drive to left field. Just foul. A game of inches. That one about 6 from being a fair ball and likely being even probably a 3-bagger for Feliz. He's got some speed to him. Instead, it's a foul ball and it's a 2-1 count. Feliz, the Notre Dame right-handed hitter, just finished up his sophomore year and a successful season as a designated hitter for the Fighting Irish. 2-1, fastball high and tight to 3-1 count now. Another run just 90 feet away for the Dock Spiders as they try to put the Bullfrogs out of it. 2 outs on the board, they lead 7-4. 3-1 from Gooden. Swung on, liner right back to Gooden. Can't make the play. It's up the middle of the field. It's a base hit, and it's another run for the Dock Spiders. They take a 8-4 lead here in the top of the 6th. Gooden lucky he's not injured by that liner. Right back up towards him. Just missing him. He almost knocked him square in the chest. That would have been dangerous. Instead, it misses him. Misses Ben Hart at second, who tries to reach out and make a play on it. And it's into center field. A base hit RBI for Eric Feliz. Just his 7th RBI of the season. As coming into the game batting just .203.
That brings up Andrew Bullock, the third baseman, who's 1 for 3 tonight. Struck out his last time up. Gooden deals in the 1-0. That one swung on, a liner foul. Look out. Lands off of the netting that borders the stadium here. And luckily all of our fans safe that sit on the club seating levels. A 1-1 count. Garrett Gooden, right-handed pitcher out of Georgia Tech. Comes set, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Last game of the Northwoods League season, and what a day to end it on as well. Blue skies, partly cloudy, warm temperatures, slight breeze, and what will be a packed house come this second game. Gooden deals in the 1-2. Sidearm deal that runs wide, 2-2. Fans start to shuffle in. Of course, the original time for this game, 5:05. And so not everyone gets the memo that it's a doubleheader. But on the pocket schedules that were handed down, 5:05 on there. And so that's when the majority of these fans will roll into the stadium here. 2-2 pitch runs way wide. Trenton Bauer stretching out to keep it into his glove. It moves the count to 3-2. 2 outs on the board. And a runner at first, and Eric Feliz. Andrew Bullock out of Western Carolina stands in and awaits. Sophomore out of Chesapeake, Virginia. Garrett Gooden comes set, the payoff pitch. Swung gone, sliced away foul. Out of play. Chesapeake, Virginia, known for its baseball talent. David Wright, the Upton brothers, just to name a few. Many of young talent as well, currently playing in the minor league ranks. For some reason, that city can just breed baseball players. Payoff pitch. Josh runs wide and high. Fans here not happy with the home plate umpire. That one just missing the zone, and Chris Sabo has seen enough. Wanted to see if Gooden can get out of it. He can, however, and his day comes to a close. 8 runs come across against him in 5 2/3 innings, and dealt in 3 strikeouts on the night, walking 4. 6 earned runs, 8 overall, 7 hits allowed. His time as a Bullfrog comes to a close, and relatively successful one. New pitcher coming out for the Bullfrogs will be Anthony Eglin. We step aside. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Want that new home? You can own it. NEW Credit Union has several mortgage options to choose from. Along with our 5 and 7-year balloon and 10-year fixed terms, NEW Credit Union now offers a 15-year fixed term. Find out how to get pre-approved for your home loan. Ask one of our knowledgeable mortgage specialists. Call 800-924-1250 today. That's 800-924-1250. Offices in Oconto Falls, Surrey, and Oconto. NEW Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender, serving all who live or work in Brown, Marinette, Shawano, and Oconto counties. Federally insured by the NCUA. All loans subject to approval. Visit www.newcu.org for more details. Choose your home. At NEW Credit Union, we can help you own it.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Top of the 6th inning, new pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs will be Anthony Eglin. Eglin, the right-handed pitcher out of Trinity College on the season for the Bullfrogs, come into the game with an ERA that doesn't really stick out to you, but he's dealt in some solid innings for the Bullfrogs. Anthony Eglin with a 3-1 record, actually, which is good for the best win percentage on the team, tied with only Noah Miller. Has no saves on the year, but has a 10.98 ERA. Has dealt in 28 2/3 of an inning for the Bullfrogs, striking out 22, walking 23. Allowing 43 hits in his 18 appearances. This is his 19th of the year, which is good for best, or rather most on the team, tied with only Brett Falk. Eglin, the right-handed pitcher out of Trinity, this past season for the Bantams would have his struggles, but back during his sophomore campaign was a player to watch, the ace of the team. Right-handed pitcher out on the mound, looks to close out his Green Bay career on the right note. Thomas Lovano leads things off against the new pitcher. There's a runner at first and third, or rather at second, my apologies. And Andrew Bullock at first and Eric Feliz at second. First one he deals in is a fastball that finds the zone, 0-1. Thomas Lovano, the shortstop on the day, 0 for 2, was walked his last time up. A 1. Fastball that runs low. Moves the count to 1-1. 2 outs on the board. Runners at first and second. Thomas Lovano out of Creighton University. The 1-1. Finds the outside lower portion, 1-2. Eglin staring down the batter in Lovano. He's taking his time, readjusting his batting gloves here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. What a way to end the Northwoods League. I know that's not the case for some of the games today, as the Waterloo Bucks game is being delayed due to rain. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball left side, a base hit. That one into left field, and they're going to hold up the runner at third, and Andrew Bullock and Eric Feliz is at third. Andrew Bullock at second, and Lovano grabs his first hit of the game. He stands at first. Bases juiced. Doc Spiders have already plated 2 runs here in the top of the 6th. The second time tonight, or rather in this inning. And the bases have been loaded last time. A.J. Lewis would hit into a double play, scoring run at the time. First one to Luke Mangieri. Fastball and runs wide, 1-0. The Brandon University product digs in, 1-0. Check swing, did he go around? Yes, he did, 1-1. 2 outs on the board here, runners at first, second, and third. Bullfrogs trying to get out of the frame and give themselves a shot. They trail by 4, 8-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Be a tough comeback, but it'd be plausible. The 1-1. Fastball low, 2-1. Let's take a look at some of the scores around the league here, as some games have started quite early today. In fact, 2 finals already. The Mankato Moondogs beat the Rochester Honkers, and the Wilmer Stingers beat the Thunder Bay Border Cats, clinching a playoff spot, in fact. And that was the lone deciding factor. Rather, it was going to be Eau Claire or Wilmer. Wilmer gets the win today, and so they will be in the playoffs come the end of the year. The 2-1 pitch in, misses the zone, and a 3-1 count now. Mangieri, left-handed batter, stands in. Waves his bat around. And Eglin deals in the 3-1 pitch. It's a ball 4. It's low, and it scores a run for the Doc Spiders. 2 runs have now come across with 2 outs on the board for the Doc Spiders, and the bases remain loaded. It's Eric Feliz who comes across to score for the Fond du Lac Doc Spiders. And it's Luke Mangieri who gets the RBI off of it. He's walked, and a run stands at third, second, and third now. Brandon Wolf digs in, watches the first one go by for a ball, a 1-0. Brandon Wolf tonight, 0 for 1, has been hit by a pitch and walked. Wolf, the sophomore out of Stanford University. 1-0. Fastball that hits the outside corner, 1-1. One of the few Pac-12 schools that are in this league. There aren't many of them, or players that are in the Pac-12 that are in the league. That's how I probably should have phrased that. 1-1. Swung on, sliced array right side, 1-2. Fans starting to shuffle in, get their concession stands before finding their seats and getting ready for the second game of this doubleheader. It's a twin bill, 2 7-inning games. Bullfrogs need to grab 2 wins tonight to not finish last in the South Division in the second half. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. That does it for the top of the 6th frame. Doc Spiders put 3 runs across, and they lead by 5. On to the bottom of the 6th we go. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Do you need help organizing your medications? Stop in to see us at the O'Connell Pharmacy about our monthly bubble packing system. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Bottom of the 6th inning about to get underway. Bullfrogs trail the Doc Spiders in game 1 of a 2-game doubleheader, 9-4. 2 7-inning games tonight, so just 6 outs left to the Bullfrogs' name if they want to try to get back into this one. They currently sit at 10th in the South Division for the entire season, but currently also sit at 9th in the South Division for the entire year as well. And so, or rather for the second half of the season, and 1 win against the Doc Spiders, they have to split, would leave them at that coveted, I can't talk here, not finishing last is what I'm trying to say in the second half. Bullfrogs finished 9th in the first half, and they could finish 9th in the second half. However, they will finish last overall here in the Northwoods League. Ben Hart digs in for the Bullfrogs, right-handed batter out of Oakland University. Digs in, first 1-2 him. Fastball and runs in the dirt, 1-0. Zach Bryant still out on the mound for the Doc Spiders. Relief pitcher came in to give Jordan Bach some time off. 1-0 pitch is swung on by Ben Hart. A well-hit ball in right center field. A base hit finds the gap. Ben Hart rounding first. He's going to get to second standing up. And Ben Hart grabs his first hit of the game. Now 1 for 3. That brings up Ben Shalley, left fielder out of UW Milwaukee. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Ben Shalley, a recent re-addition to the team, as I mentioned earlier today, re-signed to the team to play for just a week and a half or so. I asked him why come back, and well, he said he was disappointed how his time Green Bay went, does not get re-signed to the team, and said he wanted to come back and prove his stuff. Batting 200 on the season for the Bullfrogs. First 1-2 him. Fastball that finds the inside corner, 0-1. Last night would manage a multi-hit game, one of just 2 Bullfrogs to manage that. Ben Hart takes the lead at second. Brian gives him a glance. 0-1. Runs inside for a ball, 1-1. That hit from Ben Hart, the first hit for the Bullfrogs since all the way back in the second inning. Had about held hitless and rather base runnerless for that matter for 4 straight innings. Zach Bryant now on the bump. Checks Ben Hart at second. Comes set and deal. 2-1 pitch, so 1 gone and missed, 2-2. Ben Shalley, while he was away from the Bullfrogs after he wasn't re-signed to the team, actually spent his summer at a meat packaging plant. Was sitting in the cold weather packaging meat, and when he got the call from Sabo, as you can imagine, hopped right in the car. Would much rather be here on the diamond. 2-2 pitch in, a breaking ball, so 1 gone and missed. Strike 3. Making the first strikeout of the night for Zach Bryant as Ben Shalley goes down chasing. And Trent Bauer, the catcher out of Ellsworth Community College, digs in. Bauer 0 for 1 tonight, was walked his last time up. First one to Bauer. Fastball and then runs low. 1-0. Bauer, the local guy from Green Bay, was left-handed hitter, stands in. White batting gloves, white wrist tape. 1-0. Swung gone. Chopper to the third baseman, Bullock. He grabs it. A throw to first is in time for out number 2. Ben Hart, who is at second, is able to advance off over to third off of the ground ball. And with 2 outs on the board, the 9-hole hitter, Mike Rufer, digs in. Rufer, the designated hitter, 0 for 2 tonight. And is still looking for his first hit in a Bullfrogs uniform. First one to him. Runs inside and low, just hitting the corner, 0-1. Rufer in just his second game as a Bullfrog. Swings at the 0-1. Out of Carroll University. Division III school in western Wisconsin. Zach Bryant out on the bump, checks Ben Hart at third, sends in the 0-2. Breaking ball wide, tries to... Does not. A 1-2 count. Mike Leah stands on deck for the Bullfrogs. He's 0 for 3 tonight. The 1-2. Runs wide. Moves the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Base hit here would score a run for the Bullfrogs and put them within 4. They trail by 5 runs, 9-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 pitch, swung gone, a fly ball to center. Eric Gilgenbach underneath of it. He makes the grab for out number 3. Bullfrogs leave a runner stranded. On to the 7th inning we go. It's the last inning of play here in the first game. 7-1 FM.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Oconto Falls.
They say the great American dream is starting and owning your own business. A lot of you out there right now probably do stuff on the side. Do you regard it just as hobbies and don't even include it on your taxes? What tax savings opportunities are you missing with all the loopholes that the tax code is chock full of? You need someone to drive the bus, as they say, to success. That's 715-735-0583. Milking every last loophole in the tax code for your benefit.
Hello and welcome to the top of the 7th inning here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. 8th inning, Eggland's day comes to a close. Pitches just a third of an inning, allowing 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, and would strike out 1. Now on the mound for the Green Bay Bullfrogs is Ethan Ivanko out of Grand Canyon University, the Gilbert, Arizona native. This past season for Grand Canyon University would not appear in any games due to an injury, as he would get Tommy John surgery. Trying to bounce back from that here in the Northwoods League, and has been a reliable reliever for the Bullfrogs since joining the team. As Ethan Ivanko coming into the game for the Bullfrogs, a 3.11 ERA, the 3rd best ERA on the team. The best of any active closer on the team. Has 1 save on the year, an 0-1 record, and in 8 2/3 innings of work, has dealt in 6 strikeouts, allowing just 3 earned runs. The lefty kicks the leg, sends in the first one to the leadoff man, Nick Fortes. It's a fastball right over Broadway, 0-1. Ethan Ivanko, the left-handed pitcher, comes set, deals in the 0-1. It's swung on, a line drive deep into left. Ben Challey tracking back on the warning track, makes the grab, 1 away.
Left fielder, number 5.
So a fly out to right field will bring up Caleb Summerhays. Caleb Summerhays on the night, 2 for 3 with a home run and a single. That home run, a 3-run shot back in the first. First one to him, swung on, slow grounder. Ivanko picks it up over by the first base line with his bare hand, spins and throws it to Bourbon. And they get out number 2 there. That one likely going to roll foul, but Ethan Ivanko sprints over to make sure that he can get the out before it does pass that chalk. And he puts out number 2 on the board. 2 up, 2 down, and that will bring up Eric Gilgenbach. 1 for 2 tonight with a walk. First one to him. Check swing. Did he go around? Yep. 0-1. A fastball that ran high. Gilgenbach chased it. Ethan Ivanko comes set and deals in the 0-1. It swung on and popped up foul right side, 0-2. Almost dangerous situation there as A.J. Lewis had gone behind home plate to pick up that ball. However, none of the umpires saw him and no one called time. But no harm done as Gilgenbach fouls it away. It goes down on the count 0-2. Ivanko looking to make it a 1-2-3 inning. The 0-2 pitch. Runs in the dirt. 1-2. And Ivanko really struggled when he first joined the team, but has since found his rhythm. As mentioned, a 3.11 ERA, best on the team now. Would appear in those first couple of games he pitched in. The 1-2 pitch, swung gone and fouled back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. And you think if he would have pitched like he is now and like he has recently for the Bullfrogs, you likely would have saw him more often. Of course, Darren Kelly was the closer for the Bullfrogs for the majority of the season, and Kelly ends his time out with the Frogs an ERA under 2. 1-2 pitch, runs way high, 2-2. Trenton Bauer has to jump out of his stance just to put the mid on it, and his mask actually falls off when he's trying to stretch for it. 2-2 count, 2 outs on the board. Nobody on here in the top of the 7th inning, the last inning here in the first game of the doubleheader. 2-2, swung on, fly ball into right field. Troy Johnston staring into the sun, picks up out number 3, and that closes out the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Bullfrogs here in the first game of the doubleheader. They trail 9-4. It's going to have to be one heck of a comeback. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Time for the 7th inning stretch.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not the kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation, flex agreement, and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello and welcome to Green Bay, Wisconsin here at Joanne Stadium. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. The last day of work for the first game of the doubleheader. The Bullfrogs trail by 5, 9-4, as the Doc Spiders threaten to win 5 games in a row. The Bullfrogs, well, they've lost 5 in a row and are desperately trying to find one win here today to not close their season out on a 6-game losing streak. New up for the Bullfrogs here in the bottom of the 7th will be the leadoff man, Mikey Falia, followed by Willie Bourbon and Riley Smith. The second doubleheader in 3 days for the Bullfrogs, as they would be swept in a doubleheader against the Kalamazoo Growlers back on Friday night. Doubleheader here on Sunday afternoon as well, and the next game will take place in about 20 minutes. Those of you listening on the WOCO Sports Stream, it's going to be the same league. Nothing's going to change. But we will be underway with that one about 20 minutes after the first game takes off. That's when the official game really starts, and we do their lineups, we do the national anthem, first pitches, all of that. We didn't have any of that for the first game. Mikey Falia digs in, and new pitcher out on the mound, sends in the first one. Swing and a miss, 0-1. It'll be Brady Naring. Brady Naring out of Marian University, one of two Marian pitchers for this team. Deals in the 0-1, finds the lower portion of the zone, 0-2. Naring out of Reedsburg, Wisconsin. Just finished up his sophomore year. Righty out there on the bump, nods his head, rocks back, and the 0-2. Breaking ball and then runs low, 1-2. Marine supporting the interesting glove, black and Carolina blue. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, blooper over the head of Nick Fortes. It's into right field. It's a base hit for Mikey Falia, the 6th hit of the game for the Bullfrogs.
First baseman, number 6.
Falia moves to 1-4 on the day after grabbing a single there. That brings up Willie Bourbon. Bourbon 1 for 3 tonight, managed a single back in the first inning. Bourbon, the left-handed hitter out of Northwestern, stands in. The ring outs on the bump, nods his head, kicks his leg, first pitch. Fastball right over Broadway, 0-1. Fond du Lac Dock Spiders will improve to 21-14 on the second half of the year and 37-34, and will turn it into a 5-game winning streak. Willie Bourbon takes a cut at the 0-1 and misses, just fouling it into the dirt, moving the count to 0-2. Green Bay will drop to 11-24 on the second half and 23-47 overall this season. Willie Bourbon stands in, waves the lumber around. 0-2 from the ring. Finds the outside corner, a backwards K. Not a great way to end things off for Willie Bourbon. He drops to 1-3 on the day as he was hit by a pitch in the second. That brings up Riley Smith. Smith on the day for the Bullfrogs is 0 for 3. Last time up would pop up to the third baseman, but does have 2 RBIs today as he managed a 2 RBI error in the second inning when the Bullfrogs were trying to get back into it. Scored 4 unanswered runs, but then the Dock Spiders responded with the 3-run top of the 6th. First one into Riley Smith from the ring. Swung on, chopper to first. Grabs it there, throw to second in time. Throw to first, not there. As they try to attempt the double play to end out the game, but instead it's a fielder's choice from Riley Smith. Chopper to the first baseman, Luke Mangieri, running to his right, makes the grab. No one's going to be at second in time, and so he just throws it to the second base bag to get the out there. In fact, Noreen can't even get over to first in time as Riley Smith turns on the Jets. That's the second time he's hit into the fielder's choice tonight. Dan Leckie, the third baseman, digs in. Leckie on the night for the Bullfrogs, 1 for 3. Swings at the first one. He sees a blooper in the left field. Running forward, Caleb Summerhays gets underneath of it, and it makes the grab for out number 3. That ends the game. Dock Spiders win 9-4. It's a fly out to left field. That ends it. Dan Leckie flies out to left, and the Bullfrogs drop to 23-48 on the season. 11-25 on the second half. Dock Spiders improve to 21-14 on the second half and 37-34 overall. 5-game winning streak now for the Dock Spiders. 5-game losing streak for the Bullfrogs. It's going to be about a 20-minute delay or break between these two games. There's not going to be a post-game show today on the WOCO Sports Stream, but stay tuned for the second half. You're listening to, or rather second game, you're listening to the Bullfrogs Radio Network, 107.1 FM.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. gonna be a bright